Hello. How goes? So I have a new computer. Finally have it. So, what's a better way to test it out than to write some code and see what I forgot to install? Um, I just have to remember how to do or get. I want to get this proper version of Flutter for this project. I'm just gonna use what I'm using on a different project. What are we using here? Sure. All right, FVM, use this. It's using it. All right, FVM, Flutter pub get. Haven't ran this on this computer yet, so let's find out how she flies. We will do it to WebProd. Oh, so fast. Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that error? Let's just rerun. Why is it trying to... I shouldn't even get this anymore. Okay, that's good to know. Let's clean some stuff up here. It seems that our env is still trying to get stuff from the environment files. But now, if I'm not mistaken... Oh, I guess I am still using the environment files. Am I? Man, not really. Yeah, no, I'm getting this from .env string. Oh, okay, for kdebug mode, right. I am still using this. Which is kind of unnecessary, to be honest. Yeah, we could. I think we should just refactor this to do this correctly. Okay, so um, all I care about right now is web prod, and we're gonna have some other Dart defines here. And I'm going to actually grab these. Let's sign in here. We are going to get the env variables, and let's just grab these for reference. So we have Dart define, and then I think it's just basically something like that. How does this work again? Let's see what I do over here. Launch.json. So start define. Yeah, it's exactly like that. Okay, cool. So basically, I'm just gonna have a whole bunch of Dart defines. Debug. Oops, and then we need quotes again. Cool. Okay, so that's all we need. So let's grab. Okay, actually, we don't even need this one technically. Or do we? Let's see. We don't. Okay, so that would be for that. Technically this, we should have the same stuff here. And then I'm not gonna worry about local right now. We'll fix that in the future, possibly soon, if I have to build locally. Okay, so now in our env, we're just going to get rid of basically all this kdebug mode stuff. Deployment domain and deployment secure. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so then we really don't have to do any of this stuff when we initialize it anymore. We don't even have to initialize it, I don't think. We're not doing this anymore. And I don't think we need any of that or that. Okay, so there's probably an env.init somewhere that we no longer have to init. We can just get it. Okay. Let's try running now. Web prod. Just getting, kind of just getting warmed up here. Just, haven't ran this on this computer yet. That's a good sign. So we'll sign in, and I'll need to get into my stuff here. Sure, we'll save that. I need to type in a stupid code. Don't tell anyone my code. All right, we're in. It's working. Cool. Cool. So my first plan right now, I've just recently, in the last 2 days, um, I've reworked the way Dashhost works for its deployments. Instead of it being deployed in our own system, it now uses GitHub Actions on basically the repo that has been connected. Super nice. And basically, it's just a file that gets included in your repository, which we actually automate completely with a pull request. And we inject these secrets. And it basically just does a Flutter build and gets the environment variables and does all this cool stuff. Anyways, that being said, basically now the way logs need to work is instead of, so right now you kind of go here and you just see like deployment log. There's an old one, but the new ones are just going to be empty because we actually don't capture these anymore. They are sent to, they're done on GitHub Actions. So basically we want to make it when you click on one of these, we're not going to like just show that thing. We are going to open up GitHub Actions to that URL, which we happen to be capturing, luckily. Super handy. So this should be pretty easy. So this would be, I guess, deployment. Imagine I have a card deployment list tile widget. It's probably this. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to enable hot reloading because we can do that now. I haven't used hot reload at all on this project because I haven't done a lot of work on the front end of this project. A lot of it's been on the back end. Now we have hot reload in web. So to do that, we must open up our launch.json again, and we will want to put somewhere in here web experimental hot reload. We'll just add that to the end of web prod. And let's rerun that. While that's going, let's figure this out. Imagine there's a on click event somewhere. Yeah, on tap. I guess we would still, yeah, want to, if that gets overridden, but we no longer want to go to this detail page, basically. We instead want to just do, or I guess we might want to go to that detail screen because to make this backwards compatible, we're going to check if our deployment dot what do we call this thing? logs something. Oh, maybe I didn't put this in the model yet. I don't think I did. Yeah, we did not. So there's a new field we actually have access to now. Um, let's just grab something. And its name, I think, is logs URL. Let's double check that. Yes, I trust. Deployment serializers is probably the best place to find it. Logs URL. There it is. It is called logs URL. Logs URL. Logs URL. Now, this is something that can be null, so we'll just say it's a string. And there's this fun little thing that I've done recently that I actually like doing. And it's going to return a nullable string of, what did I call this? It's like empty to null. So this will take in a value, and we'll just basically say if value dot, oh wait, this could also technically be null. So if value dot, or if value equals null, we'll just make this really simple. We'll return null. If value dot is empty, return null. Otherwise, we'll return the value. What this will allow us to do is, because it could be a blank string coming back, but I kind of want to treat a blank string as null as well. So we can actually do from JSON and just pass in a reference to that function. And now, if an empty string comes back, it'll be considered null. It's just easier to work with instead of checking two things. Is it null and is it empty? It's like, no, it's like either going to be proper or it's not. Okay, so then we do need to, I need to go to my make file because I don't, oh yeah, we are. Make gen. So just running the generator because this is freeze and obviously it requires a little bit of build running, and we can just start typing this out. It's going to be called log 0. So we can just go now, it does not equal null, instead of also checking if it's empty. What we will do is we'll just do launch URL string, and we'll do deployment.logs URL, and we know it's not null, and we're just going to return out of here. Otherwise, we'll push to that. So at least it doesn't like do nothing. Wow, that happened fast. I have a new computer. Okay, cool. Now let's just see all the times this is possibly used in the infinite list. We do not override the onPressed. This is the actual file we were in, so we're good there. We're not overriding it there, and we're not overriding it there. So I think we're good. Now, why I got signed out? Oh, am I losing my... That's annoying. Maybe because I changed the settings, that's going to be annoying if it keeps logging me out. Oh my gosh. No, we don't want to add a passkey. I don't want another thing getting in my way. Okay. So now, in theory, this last one, no. I wonder why we didn't. Let's look at our network inspector and let's refresh our deployments. So we got our deployment back, response. Make this bigger. Oh, look, got all the env bars there. That's good. Log. Oh, that's for the project. Right. Oh, what do we... Oh, logs URL. There it is. Yeah. Latest deployment. Okay, so maybe latest deployment's actually a different widget. Let's see. This in theory, no, it's still showing it up. So maybe I did something wrong. Logs URL empty to null. If it's null, if it's empty, return null. Um, it's in there. So why did I not save this file? Yes, I did. Maybe my hot reload's not working. Let's hot reload. Let's try this again. Yeah, why is it showing that? Am I even doing this in the right thing? Deploy list style widget. Okay, click through. On tap. Oh, this is the on tap. Let's just do a return here and also just print test. No, oh, okay. Oh, I see what happened here. I see what happened. I got redirected. I got redirected because I'm trying to, because the GitHub would have, oh yeah, that's why I think I have this login, which, so that it doesn't actually, just for signing in purposes, that's exactly what the problem was. Dash host. Mhm. I think that's probably it. Okay, now I'm still on localhost. Now, if we go here and click this, it should do nothing. See, it's doing nothing. That's so funny. Always look at your URL bar. There we go. Opened up. So it brings me to it, which is kind of cool. Be nice if I could bring them right to this, but this is totally fine. Okay, cool. So now when you see that, now if I look at one that is older, in theory, any of these, it should still show the logs. So that's great. And then somehow our debugger kicked in. It's this check for updates thing. Social connect complete screen. What? That's weird. I'm just gonna. It's like hot restarting and it's whatever. Something strange is going on. Let us rebuild this. I'm excited because I have a project coming up that is an iOS Android Flutter app. I love Flutter Web in some ways, but it also can be a real pain in the ass. So it'll be nice. It'll be nice to do what Flutter was originally made for. So that opens, cool. View all. Oh, maybe I think what's happening is, okay, well, I think I know what's going on here. Maybe. Are all of these list tiles requesting? I guess only the ones that are failing are requesting, which potentially could be a lot if you really mess something up. Probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, look, this is like, it's like doing all these requests. This would be a good use for sockets. Interesting. So that gets the whole project. Okay. Well, whatever. View all. Let's just go to an old one. Yeah, this one still loads up the logs. This is how it used to work, but it was kind of finicky. And then we close that. Okay, cool. So that solves that problem. Right, deploy now. That is probably what I need to figure out next. I think it's this link. My bookmarks. I migrated my bookmarks over to my new computer, but they are the fave icons are not there for all of them. So we're gonna just figure out how to do trigger a deploy because now that the builds are happening on GitHub Actions. Okay, cool. So there's a workflow dispatch trigger. Um, how to trigger it? Okay. Okay, so in your GitHub, similar, add this on push. Wait, what? Update the GitHub action. Hmm. Okay, commit allow empty retrigger build. Create a GitHub UI button. Press setup. Workflow dispatch. What the heck is that? I've never seen that before. Okay, modify it. If your existing looks like this, what? What are you talking about? This is the same. This is the same. You know the context of my conversation, I think. Okay, we're just going to open up the YAML file and say this is ours right now. I'm just gonna go and just say, let's just do the whole thing. I don't care. It's public anyways. This is my current one. Okay, right now the on block is on push branch. So we just do this worker work. Okay, I see. It's just another trigger we have to add. Okay, so let's put that there. Then we also need it to be in our service. I have the file here. Cool. All right. So we do that. So I guess let's push this change out. This will be the new log, open logs in GitHub Actions, plus adding the workflow dispatch option. Oh, what? This is my first time committing on this computer. Um, okay, get config global. Wait, what? Oh, I don't want that. Your name and email just for configure value based on your username and host name. Please check they're accurate. You can surpass this message by setting it. Run the following command to follow the instruction editor to your configuration file. I'm in Vim. We're in Vim now. Okay, we do Tyler at tylersavery.com. Now let's try committing again. Oh, after this, we want to git commit amend, git status, git push, make PR main. Oh, I don't think I have a thing for that. Darn. Okay, so let's just go to GitHub and let's go and find this right here. And we're gonna make a pull request. Now what's cool about this, okay, so we have that, we got the new environment thing, we have the new part of our model. Yeah, everything's good. The cool thing about this is it's going to trigger a deploy for us, which actually we'll be able to see within this app at some point, which is kind of fun. Let's just make sure that is true. So yeah, we see the deploy is happening. So this is actually like, um, building a GitHub Actions instead of on my own server. So it's a lot more flexible. Doesn't cost me anything now, and I don't have to worry about a queue and a million other things. Plus, it allows the developer like to do whatever they want. Like if they want to like run some other commands, it's like do it. You can edit that file. Um, let's see. So it's cool. I can actually see it building here. Yay! And if I try and open the logs, yay! It brings me to here. That's the fix we did, which is kind of neat. So while that's going, let's go back here because now we can go back to this right here. Trigger workflow. Utils on distribution. So we'll do this after our other upload Git. Yeah, this is a good place to do it. I'm copying right from ChatGPT, guys. But don't worry, I read everything and change it. For instance, I am doing it this way. I'm not passing the owner and repo in. I am passing in the full repo name, which includes both those things. Trigger workflow, cool. Branch. Let's just require the branch to be passed in. Okay, so we're gonna hit here. Now this authorization stuff is not actually correct. So let's actually go and put it here. And we will get rid of that indent, get rid of this here. Okay, so we have our token being passed in. We have this. Then we go like this. And it's supposed to trigger the workflow. Okay. Trigger, GitHub, deploy, action. I don't need the word workflow. Okay. So now we should have a trigger deploy. I guess it'd be in our project views. Trigger deploy on runner. So let's just find where that comes in, because really what we're going to do is instead call this. Oh, yes. I guess we have to, because some projects, so to keep this backwards compatible, we do need, which I care about now, but I won't at some point. Eventually, we're just going to kill the runner altogether. So we kind of need a way to have this pass out. Is this a get? This is a post. Okay. What, this doesn't use any serializer. Okay. So let's have request.data. We'll just use GitHub actions equals, or we call it uses Git. Oh, we'll rename that after. but it'd just be request.data.get and whatever that is going to be called, which we're going to rename probably, and we'll do false by default. So if we don't pass something in, we'll be good. And basically we want to say if this, else this, but these are backwards. And then we actually have to pass in stuff. But before, let's figure out. Yeah, we did this right in this one. So it was called build with GitHub Actions. Yeah, we'll just use the exact same naming, so it's simpler. And there we go. Okay, now for this, we're passing in a token. So, oh, I gotta get that token again. And we only are going to do this if they chose this one. Is it project.repo? How do you get the repo again from a project? I don't think it's stored on the project. Let's see, repo. Ooh, nope. Repo models. Yeah, they're not tied to. There's definitely a place I do this. We're gonna find like repo objects.get where owner equals request.user. Just make sure that there's an owner on here. There is. So I want to make sure it's them. And we want to check, I guess, the get URL because we have that. Let's look at that one more time. Full name. Oh, wait, we have, I think we use external ID because the project has a GitHub external ID. GitHub remote ID. Should have probably called those the same. We're going to try all this, but in theory, something could go wrong. We could have a repo dot does not exist, right? And then we're going to probably throw an error, raise an exception. I think we do some, yeah, just right here. Say that repo not found. Okay, cool. Then we get the token. Cool. Back to here. Full repo name, that's going to be in repo or token we have to pass in repo dot full name. What's the next thing we need? Workflow file name. This we can just hard code for now. What did we call this? Actually, this is something that we're not even going to pass in. We're not even going to pass in, but we do need to pass the branch in. And the branch will be the project dot get branch. The reason we're not going to pass it in is because this is very specific to this trigger, so we can actually just use the same hard-coded thing we use somewhere else. Deployment template, resources. Where do we actually do this? Where do we write this? There it is, dash host deploy.yaml. Although that's probably not the name of the workflow. It's probably whatever's in here, right? Does it have a name? That also doesn't seem right. It's probably just dash host underscore deploy. I doubt it has .yaml in there. Let's find out. Okay, use the actual file name for build.yaml. You can use the workflow ID instead of the file name preferred. Okay, so what I actually do, I guess I do have .yaml. All right, cool. So yeah, we pass that in. The branch would be whatever branch the project is, and then we go. Should probably have some. Maybe this will be, because as far as we know, this is successful. This is a, I believe this is a, that could also fail, but I don't care about making that safe because we're getting rid of that. But for this, well, I guess we have, it's going to raise an exception if something goes wrong, right? Yeah, raise for status. So we can just safe enough at least, do that. Okay, so now our deploy works a little bit differently. And where was this actually coming from? So this is our view for project trigger deploy view, which I think, let's see if we call this anywhere else. Oh, we do. Oops, I just added a breakpoint. Oops. Oh yes, we call it through the admin. Ooh, I feel like we need to be storing this on the project. Is there, you know what? I feel like there is something in here. Yeah, you know what? We can just use this basically, but let's actually make a getter. We can just do it at the very bottom here. At property def uses GitHub. This actually simplifies things a lot. Or uses GitHub Actions for deployment. Self, and we just want to return basically self dot GitHub, and we just want to return not. Is that the best way to do that? Or I can just wrap it in a bool is probably cleaner. So if that's empty or null, it's going to be false. Otherwise, it'll be true. Let's make sure it's the right thing. Copy this, click through here. Yeah. Okay, cool. So basically, if this is set up to use that, then we can use that. And that means now in here, instead of this, we can say project dot. If it uses the that, then we don't have to actually get it from there, and everything's good. This seems pretty all right to me. Then the next thing we wanted to check is here, and we can just do the same kind of thing. If project dot, what's this do exactly? Okay. If project dot uses GitHub Actions for deployment, then we are going to call these things here. And, oh, we need to get, the project must be linked to the repo. There has to be a better way. Repo, a repo is not linked to project. I guess they're not. Okay. We'll just grab all this code then. And we don't really want to do that. We just want to so we do all that stuff, and then we want to obviously import this too. and project we have access to. Okay, yeah. And we don't want to call the runner if that's true. Okay, cool. This is just to allow me to trigger them from the admin, which is super handy. Now, where else do we call this? Okay, we're already handling that one. We're handling this whole one. This is the actual implementation of it. Webhooks. We don't care about that anymore. If the webhook comes in, we still want to do that, at least for now. Runner test. Okay, that doesn't matter. Okay, I think that'll do it. Let us save everything. Two options here. Let me think if I can just do this locally. I should be able to. So let's oh, I don't have, you know what? Trigger deploy. We're gonna live dangerously here. Have I not committed stuff in this one yet? Oh, what is it because? Okay, let's just go. Okay. Okay, I'll just run this. I feel like we already did this, but slightly differently. New computer life. And then Tyler at Tyler.com. Then I just pushed directly to the main branch. I thought it was undeveloped. Doesn't really matter though. Saves us a pull request. Although I did kind of want to see this. So let's just look at our last commit. Oh, this is the wrong project. Jesus. Just want to review this. Normally I would do this in the pull request, but there was no pull request because I screwed up. Okay. Cool. Cool. Now new people get this in their file, which is good. I need to now figure out which one is Heroku. Probably this one. I don't have my fave icons yet. And we're gonna have to approve that on my watch. And let's just see this building. We want to go to the API one. And we want to go to activity. It's building. So that's good. Okay. So next thing is I need to edit. Yeah, my file now has to have this. The only thing is I need to actually rename this file because I just called this deploy because I made this manually. What is it supposed to be called again? Let's just search for .yaml. We don't have it too much in the code. Dash host deploy. All right, cool. Go back here. Go to GitHub. Go to our here. develop domain. So all we've done is change the name of this file basically and added in the little workflow dispatch thing. And hopefully this is something that can be done with the current permissions that I had originally. Okay, back here. We're still building there. Let's go to our actions. Okay, yep, the action still happens. And yep, it's just called -host deploy.yaml. Cool. Nothing, this should just work. Not too worried about that. We need that to finish and this to finish. And then we can test this out and see what happens. Oh, one more thing I need to double check because I think I set this one up manually. Where I want to go to api-host.com because we need to. Oh, why is that loading so slow? Must be just finishing the deploy. Yep, that's why. There's like a little, when Heroku finishes doing a release, there's always this little tiny thing you gotta wait. Or it's just because, oh, there we go. I'm in. Okay, cool. So let's just go to this project. Specifically, which one do we want to try triggering? I guess I'll just do this one because I know this one is set up correctly. This one has a GitHub setup PR URL. I might make that a little bit better. Yeah, that stuff seems to all be working. That's fine. Okay, so let's try triggering a deploy. Nothing changed on our front end, so I should be able to just go to this guy right here, and let's go to our network inspector. Let's also get to our logs on Heroku. Cool. And let's hit the deploy now button. Deploy. Okay, we got an error. That's great. Awesome. Is it what I expect? Let's look at our logs because that's actually going to give us better things. Here we go. Yeah, forbidden. Forbidden for URL. So what I suspect this means is we need to add another permission to our GitHub app. So let's have actually in my README. Wrong project. I think in this README, I have an easy way to get here. So let's do it on both of them, but we'll do this one first. Oh my God. I should just get a different way of doing that. And then I can go to my app settings here and I go to permissions and events. And I'm assuming there'll be something in here for triggering workflows or something. Workflows, read and write. We have reading. Can we not trigger them? Deployments and deployment status. I wonder if that's what it is. We will double check with our friend over here. What GitHub app permission is required? Actions. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to save that change. Then we're going to go and actually hit this again. And you're going to see, look, there's a requested permission that we have to change now. Accept new permission. Okay, cool. Then that was just for my development one. For the actual production one, we need to do the same flow. And I'm going to do it for, it actually doesn't matter the first step, but we'll do it through here. It's just an easy way to get to the app settings. Actions, read and write, save changes. We'll paste this in again, and I'll configure it here. Review request, accept. Do this again, and do it here. Review request, accept permissions. And while I'm here, I think I probably have something on this GitHub organization. And these are all the new changes. Okay. Wicked. So now that I've done that, will I need to re-add the repo or anything? I don't think so. I don't know, actually. Well, let's find out. Let's go to our logs again. Let's just clear this out. Auto scroll off. And let's just click this button again. Unfortunate. Unless it's a different error now. Okay, client unprocessed entity. Oh, is this a different error? I can't remember. But I think it was like a permission error before. And now we have unprocessable entity, which isn't very helpful. I should be printing out what is coming back. I wonder if I should just get this running locally. Boom, boom, boom. Let's do that. I have to do it anyways at some point. Let's just get my project running locally. Actually, it might not be too bad because I don't think I care about the database. That's the biggest pain to get it moved over. Okay, so let us, first of all, remember how this works. We have a Docker file. We have a Docker compose. Sure. So we're going to get this project running locally. And then source. Source it. And then we'll do Python. Let's just make sure the version is good. Yeah, Python. So now we can do pip install -r requirements. No. No matching distributions for Django 5.06. Is that because of the Python version I'm using? Let's run our pip upgrade. Oh. What version of Python? Oh, it's supposed to be using 3.12. Which is annoying. Like I should migrate this really to use the new way where I actually have this stuff all running on Docker, including the Python. I don't feel like doing that right now. I'm too tired. Be faster, honestly, just to actually look at this error. Let's just double check. So this is happening on line 205 of utils. 205, what's happening there? Yeah, trigger the action. Repo full name. Let me make sure, in case there's a small chance I actually screwed this up. This would be in the view. Token repo.fullname. Yep, that's the right variable. A project.git branch, okay. And does it tell me, wait, oh, no, wait, webhook, no ref and payload. Oh, do I still have the web? What the heck is that? Oh, wait, what? Am I just looking at the wrong error? Doesn't make any sense. Looks like this is actually an older error. Or that one is. Maybe that, wait, when did this happen? Oh yeah, this was like 30 seconds earlier. That makes sense. Okay. Process entity dash host slash dispatches. Yeah. Okay. Unprocessable entity. Yeah, so what we have to do is we're going to print out rest.text. Branch, we pass in. And let's just make this really fancy. And that's right? Yeah, response.text. Just so we can see actually what the error message is. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to work right off a main. We'd like to live dangerously. Print out error message on GitHub trigger. And we'll have to just wait for that to deploy. So I'm going to get stuff organized. We're going to want to be looking at this. I mean, that's basically it. And then we're going to, once this goes, so let's just go back to here. Wait for this to go. I don't want to get lost in something else, so I'm going to just BRB for a few minutes, and we'll be back and get this going. I'm back. Deploy is potentially almost done. It takes a while to deploy on this, and the reason for that is Dashhost is very complicated. Um, if we look at the Docker file of it, if this is the right project, installs a bunch of things. Whatever, that's pretty quick. Requirements, there's a lot of requirements. Not a lot in terms of, it's a pretty short list, but obviously these have their own dependencies. But there's some like crypto ones and stuff. PN, this one's like pretty big because it does all the like private key stuff. Anyways, does that. And then it also does Playwright, because an upcoming feature of Dashhost between you and me right now is we actually have a way to crawl Flutter apps without magic routes now. It's in beta, super early beta, but it allows you actually inside your own Flutter code to essentially say, hey, um, this is the title, this is the description, this is whatever, right in your widgets, basically. It's incredibly complicated, but it's super sick, and we'll get there. We'll launch that soon. It's technically launched. In fact, I can show it right now if I find the project. So let me just find. I guess we can do it in. Oh no! I lost my. This isn't running anymore. Okay, whatever. I got a fast computer now, so it should build pretty quick. But I can find a different way. Let's just go to projects, my coded example. I just need to basically grab this. Oh, look, it's starting up. Dash host app. Another cool thing we have is we also support .site now. You can have both of those. So this is kind of cool because if we actually took this and put it into like OG tester and run this. Oh, what the heck? This field is required. Okay, maybe OG tester's not working right now. I literally tested this earlier today, at least in Discord. Let's just do that then. We'll test it in Discord. Just killing some time right now with this deploys. But oh, what? I got signed out. I literally just installed Discord like an hour ago and signed into it. And how am I already signed out? Okay. We will relaunch Discord. I have to go to me, settings, and scan QR code. I'm going to scan this QR code and click login. That's so weird. And I'm just going to go to my private server, which is a server of just me. And if we paste this link, hopefully. Oh, maybe. Oh yeah, it's working. Look, there it is. It pulled the picture, it pulled the name, technically pulled the description, but Discord doesn't put that in. Yeah, so what's cool about this, this SEO is there's no magic routes. So you're not configuring stuff. It's literally in the Flutter code that you say what it is, and I'm not going to get into how it works, but it basically actually is kind of server-side rendering Flutter, kind of, at least for the bots, which is all we really care about. Okay, let's see if this deployed. It deployed. Okay, so I'm going to open up my logs now. View logs, and we're going to go here. Oh, no, we're going to go to here, and we're going to go to this one because it's the one that I know is set up. And let's open up our network inspector, and let's click deploy now. Deploy. Okay. Okay, this is, oh, we still got the error. I wonder if it's because I have to re-add the project. Okay, at least we can, okay, workflow. Oh, workflow does not have workflow dispatch trigger. Because right, I didn't add it to this one. Uh, that's hilarious. Okay, we can fix that in a few different ways. Let's find this one. See, that's why it's good to actually print out what they're coming from. So let's first of all, the funny thing is this is actually going to do a deploy. That's okay. I'm going to edit this file here rather than actually downloading it. So we need this to basically say this right here. Commit change. Commit directly to the main branch, sure. So that's actually going to deploy a, oh, is the webhook still set up for this one? That's funny. I thought I removed it. I did not. It's because I'm, oh, am I still adding the webhooks when we add it? It's probably the case. So this is probably, this is actually going to be deploying right now, which is exciting. If we go here, we should actually see a deployment happening. Yeah, but it's also going to be deploying here, which I'm going to cancel this one because I really want to just test this out properly. So let's cancel that. Thought I canceled it. Cancel run. It doesn't want me to cancel. Whatever. So we should also remove adding the webhooks. If thought I did. I'm going to delete the webhook anyways because we don't need this anymore. Okay. Actions. Okay, there we go. It's canceled. See? Now let us clear these logs just by refreshing. Get out of the auto scroll. Go back here. And let's try clicking deploy now. Deploy. Oh, we got an error again. Why? Different error. Different errors are always good. Oh, it was just supposed to return a response, but it returned class type of none. Cool. But look, it's worked. It freaking worked. Holy crap. Everyone, there it is. Bless me. We now have triggering deploys, but there was an error. Not really, but I think I just didn't actually return that. So project URLs, trigger. Wait, that's the wrong project. Never call, never in a Django project, never have a model called project. It's my biggest mistake ever, because I keep going to the wrong one. We want to go here, and we want to go to our trigger deploy view. Yeah, so I just forgot to actually return, success true. Oh, because we were going to, yeah, I remember the thought process now. Okay, so we definitely want to include that. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, I wanted to remove adding the webhook. Um, where does the webhook get added? I, oh, it happens here. Okay, so yeah, it would have just done this. It wouldn't have done that. I think it's just because I had it there previously. I never deleted it. Beautiful. Let's do this. We're now triggering deployments properly, and we will push this out. Um, cool. That's fine. We're good. Before I forget, I just want to actually go to um, the service, and let's actually make a pull request into dev. So from main into dev, because I should be working in develop. We'll just get all those changes there. Main into develop, and we should just only see the changes we've done in the past hour. We see a lot of the merge, so that's fine. If we actually look at the files change, though, it's very, very minimal. It's just a few things. So let's merge that in, clean everything up. Then, just for safety, we're going to go git pull, git checkout, develop, git pull, and we're up to date and everything's good. There, now I'm actually working in the correct spot. And I was already working in the correct spot here. Okay, so do we have any changes we have to do here? No, we didn't make any changes for this part. So I think we're good. Let's test this now just with a different app. So I'm gonna actually test deploying Dashhost within Dashhost, which is super fun. So this is what I want to just check because I think I need to actually. So this is the actual one here. Don't worry, there's nothing secret in here. GitHub mode ID. The PR. So I'm just gonna put something in here. I'm just gonna write. I'm gonna write Tyler. Tyler was here. And this is just so that that property that basically says like, hey, it uses GitHub, remains true because I added this manually. I have one other guy who is doing this, and I should make sure that his. I'm just gonna do the same thing. Tyler was here, just so that the new flow works for this guy too. Okay. What do I want to do? I want to, well, let's make sure that it deployed first. It probably hasn't yet. Because I mean, it doesn't really matter testing this. The only change is that we're going to get an actual HTTP proper request back and not nothing. But we might as well test it fully. So when that's done, all we're going to do is click the deploy now option. Technically, we could do it locally. We could do it anywhere. Okay, we're good on that. While we're waiting for stuff, and while I decide what I'm going to do next after this, hello chat, hello people. Thanks for hanging out and watching, and hopefully, maybe learning something. I don't know. Throw me some questions if you're feeling up for it. Okay, the build is done, and now it's doing the deploy. So long story short, I decided this week to refactor the way deployments work on Dash host, um, because it's just too much to manage like a build server, and it's scary and things can go wrong and there's a queue and so we're using GitHub Actions now, which simplified a lot of things, but obviously it was a lot of work to get working, and it was a bunch of work today to automate it. So now when you connect a repo, Dashers actually like makes a pull request to your repo with like, here's the configuration file for the workflow. And then the workflow itself talks to Dash host periodically to get the environment variables and all that kind of stuff. And it goes and then it does the build in GitHub Actions and it sends it up to Dash host, who then uploads it. There we go. Deploy is done. Um, it's pretty cool, and it's going to allow people to customize their builds more, if they need to run like build runner tasks or generate files or do anything really, like they can just modify the file as they see fit, which is cool. And it runs just in parallel now. Like 100 people could be deploying to Dash at the same time, and they're not waiting for a build to finish, because GitHub Actions has a lot of bandwidth. I'm sure, I don't know how much bandwidth they have, but I've never had to wait. I've never had to wait. I've only had to wait for myself. Okay, let's test this out now. So over here, I should be able to go deploy now. Let's open up our network inspector and click deploy now. Deploy now. Yay, the button still exists on mobile. That's great. Okay. We didn't get an error. Success true. Oh, I see. It was actually pretty quick that it happened. The second request was getting the details back from it. Um, so now if we go to github.com, and actually if we refresh here, look, we see it's building. And if I click this, it's going to bring us to here, which is what I was trying to get to, but I realized I have a button to get there, and everything's good, and we're going to get the update. So yeah, got that working. Um, and what's cool is, yeah, new people signing up now and adding new projects. Like, it's just going to use this new flow. People who are using the old, legacy way of doing things, like it's going to continue to work that way until I migrate them over. But I'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, I think we're good, and I think it's a good place to wrap it up. Um, we had some success. I'm tired. It's Friday. It's quarter after 11 p.m. Um, yeah, let's just for the sake of it though, we will wait around and make sure that the deploy is successful. Technically, there's no change here, which kind of makes sense. The reason to have this is, say you made a change to your environment variables or your Flutter version or just whatever. Like, those are, I think, actually the main things, because or like WASM being enabled, which actually I still need to like hook into that as an option. Probably do that next. Um, yeah, if you change any of that stuff, environment variables, basically like the stuff that Dash host really manages for you, we want to make sure that you can send another build through, because the environment variables happen at build time. Like, they're constants that get injected into your app. Okay, so it looks like it's almost done. Yeah, right now. Oh, wait, it did the pub get. It's doing the Flutter build right now. This is almost done, I can tell. Yeah, there you go. Now it's uploading the files. It actually is compressing them, zipping them, setting them to Dash host, and then Dash host is going, here we go. And now that's it uploading Dash host, and boom, that's it. And when we come back here, we see that it's done, and we can click on that again if we want. Cool. There's the deploy. And now we have the new version and it's live. And let's just make sure that it didn't break. Because I actually, I broke Dash host today for like 20 minutes because I had deployed. I migrated Dash host to use the new thing. And I realized there was a error with the way the environment variables were being loaded in. So it actually wasn't loading in things like the API URL and stuff. So it's fine. I'm sure no one noticed. But yeah. Before I go, anyone want to chat? If anyone wants to chat about code, about anything, throw it in the chat real quick. And I'm happy to talk or walk or show you stuff, give you my opinion, make a joke, whatever you want. Otherwise, I am gonna take off because been a long day. Let's close some stuff down. And we've already committed our code, because the funny thing about this project a lot of the time is you literally have to commit your code to test it. All right, close up. So yeah, I have a new computer and it's great, and so far, and it's like one of my favorite things about it is I have a terabyte of hard drive now instead of 500 gigabytes like I do on my other computer, and I was dealing really I was working really hard at making sure I had space on that computer, and I was deleting things all the time, and it just got to the point where I just couldn't, like, it's like I don't even know what else I can delete. I was doing pretty dangerous things. Because I just need lots of stuff. But yeah, I got a Mac. It's actually just a Mac Mini, because I already have a good setup with all my screens and everything, and I still have my laptop for on the go. But instead of 8 gigs of RAM like the other one had, it's 32, and it's a M4, and it's got a lot of hard drive space. And so far, everything is fast. Like I'm opening Photoshop now. Like I just clicked it, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like it's like open in 5 seconds. Like boom. Um, yeah, recommend. I recommend. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna just show you this cool transition effect first before I go. Look at this. Wow. Hello. And you guys have a great night. Bye.